Howdy, folks. It's Farrell with Crowd Surfing. We're here at the Davis Conference Center for SALTCON. SALTCON is a big convention of people playing board games. I don't know why they play board games because video games are more fun, but let's walk around, talk to some people. They're probably right over there. Alrighty, I'm here with Dale, the organizer of SALTCON, and you were saying earlier that like there's 40. How many vendors are here?
We have 40 different.
40
vendors this year, yeah.
I hit it perfect on the nail on the head.
Yeah, you got lucky.
I know. Wow. So, and this is the 10th year, correct?
10th year, yep, 10th anniversary.
Alrighty, can I get your name?
I'm Jason Smith.
And Jason, what is it that you're doing down here today?
We are sampling our game and demonstrating it to other people called Wizards Bluff that we kickstart on March 30th.
Really? And what is the premise of the game? Just
Wizards Bluff is a card game that you're able to play. It's a bluffing game, but it also plays a lot like a trick-taking game.
Alrighty, can I get you guys' names?
I'm Lori. I'm Jenny.
And where are you guys from? You have like football jerseys on.
This is the Harriman, Utah Gamer Girls.
Yes, I think I talked to some of your group last year, correct?
Yeah.
So how'd you guys get these fancy tables? These are like super fancy tables.
Well, these are hot games, so they're already set up. I think someone's selling these tables because it can go right on type to make a game table. So they have this all set up for us, and they're going to come teach us these new games that came out this year that are kind of the hot games. So we just happened upon it.
So how much has it grown since the first one to this one?
So the first one was less than 200. I think it was like 180, maybe 170, and this year we're already over 1,600.
Oh, really? And I see on Facebook a lot of people talking about it. Like last year when it was over, there were people already talking about they'd booked their hotel rooms and they're ready for this year.
Oh yeah, they do. We do the same thing too. We get the hotel rooms.
You play a wizard that is able to transform into different animals. And as you are transforming into different animals, you're battling with other people because each one of the animals is worth a different value.
What is it about playing board games? Because everybody likes video games. So what is it about board games that appeals to you?
Well, I loved it. We always say it'll keep our brains strong and, as we age and stuff. But I love the table talk and the interaction that you have during the game. And it's just fun. It's fun to be with friends and meet new people. We're playing with two guys here that we don't know. And we just played with some other folks that we didn't know. So it's a fun way to meet people. And
it's better than going to a bar then.
Totally better than going to a bar.
All right,
kids.
yeah, don't go to the bar. Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you so much for talking to me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Where else do they do events like this?
Oh gosh, they do them all over the country. There's like BGG Con in Texas. There's Dice Tower Con down in Florida. There's Geekway to the West in St. Louis. So those are some of the bigger ones that I've been to.
You say how many of them you've been to? All of them, evidently.
I've been to all those, and I've been to a bunch of little tiny ones like MeepleCon in Vegas or SDG Con in St. George and ICON up in Idaho Falls.
They do stuff like that in Idaho?
It's really small, but it's a great group of people. And it's good. It's for me. Like here, I don't get to play any games, and have any fun. I go to these other ones just relax and play games. Got to get my playtime in.
So, how long, if you want to sit down and play a game, about how long does an average game last?
If there's a 3-player game, it's probably going to last about 30 minutes to 45 minutes. A 4-player game, which is where the best part of our game is, it lasts about 45 to 60 minutes.
So about an hour with 4 of your friends and.
Absolutely, an hour of fun.
But if you're going to play it, you're not going to play it once. You probably play it 3 or 4 times, so you got a whole evening of games.
This is true.
Can I get your name?
Cabri.
And what is it that you're doing here today?
So currently we are running the game library, which is the checkout system that they have here. There's over like 1,500 games, I think, that people can come and check out for, a couple of hours. And we'll be open until midnight, and then people can rent games overnight as well.
The games here, they're not electronic, they're nothing like that. They're just board games.
They're board games. Oh yeah, just board games. You can see like this one right here. This is Eagle Griffin Games, one of their games called Fleet, and it's all board games. Well, there's cards, there's dice, there's miniatures. Miniatures is huge right now. You put up a Kickstarter with a miniature game right now, and the game can be a dog. And if the miniatures are cool, it'll go $1 million. It's ridiculous. Oh yeah, ridiculous.
One of the things that we love the best, and we have this bell here kind of representing what's going to happen, is, for instance, they just played a rat card, which is the lowest card, but because there is a unicorn being played, the rat card actually wins, and the plague ability happens. And we'll ring the bell. Bring out your dead. And it represents that plague ability actually won out for everybody.
So what is like the most popular game? You ever have anybody in here fist fighting over a certain game?
Well, this year, the hot games have been, man, they just fly off the shelf, some of them. The new Fallout game, that one's been going. Dragon Gate College. A lot of people have been asking about that. Vengeance and Vast have both been games that have been.
Maybe I need to make some miniatures.
I know, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I need to come up with some cool miniatures and make some game that's basic.
Like checkers, but with miniatures.
Seriously. They call it chess, right?
Oh, yeah. Someone's way ahead of me. All righty, man. Well, hey, thank you so much for talking with me. I appreciate your time.
It's good seeing you, man. Thank you.
All right, can I get your name?
Dan Naylor.
And Dan, I saw some ladies walking around with these jerseys on. How did you get roped into wearing a ladies jersey?
It is not a ladies jersey, as you can see.
You have a skirt on too.
No, this is a kilt.
Oh.
If a lady wore this, that's cross-dressing. Okay? So I met somebody in Texas who lives in Harriman and had never heard of SALTCON before.
Oh, really?
So I introduced her to the convention and a group of ladies that I knew down in Harriman, and got her into their game group. And then the following year, they tortured me here. You can ask someone else the story. But I've been inducted. I am the sole male member of the Harriman, Utah Gamer Girls.
Well, that's good then, right?
Good for me. I'm happy.
They check them in, and isn't it? Oh, they got bar. I was going to say, isn't it hard to keep track of them? But they got barcodes, just like the grocery store.
Just like the grocery store. It's been pretty easy this year to just scan them in when they're returned and scan them out. And so they're all assigned to a name badge. Scan the game, scan the name badge, and
And then you have to put them back.
yep, then we get to put them back.
I think people checking them out should put them back.
No, it gets us up and moving.
Alrighty. Well, normally I ask people their names, but I don't have to. We're here with George Lucas. Can you believe it?
Please, no autographs, no autographs. I just came to play some games, all right?
Relax.
Please, come on, please.
And I deeply apologize for the prequels. I don't know what I was thinking, really.
Yeah, they were horrible. Now you made a couple bucks off them, though, right?
Yeah. Enough to come and play games with my friends.
It's like the Harriman harem.
It is now.
You can use that if you want. I don't care.
There's only, I guess I'll double it. Yeah, I'll double it up.
That's another group, I think, entirely.
I guess we'll see. I'll give you more info next year. Come back and ask me.
So what is it about events like this or board games in general that appeal to you?
I love the mental challenge. I love playing against other people. I don't know if you've played like video games where you're playing against bots or playing against the computer. Doesn't interest me. I want to play against people and sitting across the table face to face where you can actually pit your mind against them in a casual way. Yeah. But I usually forget who wins by the next day. But in the moment, I'm trying to kill these guys. But that's what I love about it. And then the friendships that we've made over the years, it's been amazing.
So how long have you been coming in and working at SALTCON?
This is my third year volunteering at SALTCON.
And what is it about this event that you like so much?
Board games, I love board games. I love the community. It's a really good experience to come here and be with people who enjoy the same thing as you.
So what is it about board games that you like so much?
I like the social aspect of board games more than video games per se. So I like coming together as a group, and I'm definitely more of a cooperative board gamer. Where I get too competitive if it's
You get mad and fist fight.
I gotta win, But I really like the cooperative aspects of board games and coming together socially and interacting with people that way. So it's fun.
So what game is this that you're playing right now?
This is Captain Sonar. It's basically an advanced version of Battleship.
So there's not quite. Well, there is a grid. I was gonna be like, there's not a grid, but there is.
There's the enemy grid.
Hey.
Well, I'm not showing them.
Oh, I showed. Hey, watch it. Watch it tomorrow, and you can see it. So, how many conventions, gaming conventions, do you hit a year?
Let's see. So I go to BryceCon down in Bryce Canyon, STGCon in St. George Con. In previous years, I've been to ICON in Idaho, and I also every year hit BGGCon spring and fall, which are both in Dallas, Texas. So a lot of those are very similar to this one, where open gaming is what it's all about, and those are the kind of conventions I love. Better than the ones where where it's mostly new releases and buying stuff. I much prefer these that are focused on open gaming, game library, just come and play and whatever you want to do.
The first time I ever heard of this event, they said, "Oh, it's where they go play board games," and I'm expecting Monopoly or Sorry or something like that. I'm like, "Are you kidding me? This is incredible."
Yeah. No, it's a lot more choices than Monopoly here, but yeah, it's a great place and a lot of good people running it. So,
Alrighty, well, thank you so much for talking to me. I appreciate it.
thank you.
So you guys are pretty serious about the game, and you're like, hey.
Well, it's all fun, but I still like to win.
Well, of course, what's the point of playing if you're not going to win?
Right. Having fun. That's really the point of playing.
So how?
New games. Sorry.
So how many of these conventions have you been to?
I've been coming to this convention since it started, and the prequel to this convention when it was going on too. So, gaming conventions for probably 15 years or more.
I was just going to ask. They're more geared towards selling then, and these are geared more toward playing games and having fun.
Yeah. So like Gen Con is all new releases. Come play, try it, and then buy it, right? And I buy lots of games. I do not deny that. But I like these conventions where you can just casually come in and play. I don't schedule my time, so I don't have to be done at a certain time. I just like to free flow it and play whatever I see.
Very good. Alrighty, man. Well, thank you so much for talking to me. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Alrighty, can I get you guys' names?
Benjamin Gabbert.
Jason.
And can you tell me, we were walking through here and we've seen these little buildings and stuff. Can you tell me what this is all about?
So this is a game called Warhammer 40K. It's a miniatures-based war game. The terrain essentially gives the game a little bit more depth and a realistic feel while also providing bonuses. Like my infantry guys on the terrain, they get a bonus to their armor for being there.
So what is it, I've asked everybody this, so what is it about these particular type of games versus video games that you like so much?
Well, the one thing I like about these games is I get to sit across the table from my friends.
And beat them at the game.
And perhaps beat them at the game. I lose my share. So that's one of the things I like about it. And there's just such a huge variety. The game library here has thousands of games. We have hundreds in our personal collection. There's just so much more variety, I think.
Can I get your name?
They would kill me. Yeah, Alex with Go Griffin Games.
And Alex, can you tell me a little bit about this game you've got here?
This is an advanced prototype by Matt Riddle and Ben Pinchback. We're going to be going to Kickstarter in about 30 days. It takes place in the Fleet world. Some of you may be familiar with already. We have Fleet, the card game, so it's a takeoff on that, but completely different mechanics. It's a roll and write all the way. So we're checking that out here.
It's almost like a sequel, but different.
Precisely. Yeah, exactly.
The bottom rows block line of sight, so it gives me a little bit more protection from any shooting because they can't even see me, things like that.
So it's kind of like Risk, only cooler.
Yeah, it's like a giant game of chess. You come together, you agree on a point value for the what you want to field, and each person has their own faction, and those factions have their own models you can bring, and they have a cost. And you have that budget of points to allocate for your forces as you bring them in.
You know what I think is cool about these games and things like this, because people hear board games and they think of Sorry and Monopoly and all that. Some of these games are pretty in-depth.
Yeah, I think there's a renaissance in board games. A lot of the Euro games kind of sparked great interest in board games in the U.S. again more than a decade ago, and it's just growing ever since. There's so many developers and designers even here that are putting out new games every year. There's hundreds and hundreds of new games. Kickstarter probably makes its money off of new game designers.
I've talked to a couple people this Kickstarter launches on this date. All right, very good. Well, thank you guys so much for your time. I appreciate you talking with me.
Sure. Thanks for the time.
So how does one go about? 'Cause you said it's an advanced prototype. How do you go about creating a game and getting it to this point and then to the next level?
So in order to prep it to get funding on Kickstarter, we always have to do some of the art assets, many of the art assets in advance to show it off, show what we're doing, the components as well. So we use those files only, and we work with usually local printers to work up good-looking advanced prototypes, the boxes, the components, all that. So these are not actually, this is what you will see in the game, but these are just laminated versions to make it easy to play here. We're looking into possibly laminating the final version. Not all the development decisions are usually final until after the Kickstarter.
People can customize their own armies. Most of the models start unpainted and unassembled, so it's also a hobby. So
I was just going to ask, where would you get these models from?
most of the game stores, local game stores, is where we tend to get ours. Sometimes if there are models you can't find, you can get them online, or a lot of companies have an online store as well.
Or else fabricate your own.
Some people are very creative and will make their own stuff.
Can I get your name?
My name's Tiana.
And what is going on at this particular table? Do you know?
We're having some fun painting minifigures. For example, the people who they organize this, they brought some samples.
And that was painted here, or?
No, she painted them before, but we have some things that people are painting.
So if you look at, I'm sorry, I probably shouldn't pick this up, but I'm going to anyway. Like on the back there, how do they paint that so small?
Teeny tiny brushes and really fine paint.
And lots of patience.
Yeah, patience and squinting. Yeah. Yeah.
Magnifying glasses and.
Yes.
All right, can I get your name?
Quint Wheeler.
And what is going on in here? There's games all over the place and people falling over one another.
This is called the Game Swap at SALTCON, and so everybody gets to bring all their games that they've played and they maybe want to find a new home for, and they can put a price on it, put a phone number. People can haggle, and you can find a lot of great deals.
It's almost like baseball cards.
That's right. That's right. A lot of trading, a lot of buying, but it's a great feature of the con.
Real quick, what is the premise of the game?
So you are fishing. We are back in Ridback Bay, actually, is what we're calling it, and you have your basic fishing town here, your wharf side, and we are getting licenses in order to go out and fish various types of seafoods, what will become seafood on a plate later. So we're doing that. We're bringing the fish to market. There's various ways to collect fish and victory points at the end. So it's just a quick, fun rolling ride.
Alrighty, man. Well, hey, thanks so much for talking with me.
Thank you.
Hope you had a lot of success with the game. It looks like fun.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Do you play many games, or?
I play some games. I don't have that kind of time. So.
Oh, I kind of wondered if you're here on work release.
I know the orange shirt.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Yeah. No, I'm here on my own volition.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man, you must be crazy. So, is there any particular game that you like to play, or?
When I do play a game, I just like tabletop role-playing games. So not necessarily Dungeons and Dragons, but things in that style.
So, what is it about these type of games that appeals to you?
It's really just a stress release, because I get to put a bunch of guys on the table and smash my opponent with them.
Or vice versa.
Which is happening in this game. He's, yeah.
Alrighty, guys, very cool. Thank you so much for talking to me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
So, are there like certain games that are rare, or certain games that are hard to find? Is there anything like that?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of games that are probably more sought after than others. That go quicker, but everybody has different tastes in games, and so everybody's going to find something that they like. So
it's the eBay of SALTCON.
that's what it is. That's right.
Alrighty, well, thank you so much for talking to me. I appreciate it.
You bet.
We always find these really amazing, just new, innovative games that you never even would have imagined. So I like to play those too.
Yeah, there's some people that are quite creative, because I've looked at some of these games and I'm like, holy smokes, how do you get that in depth with thinking of that?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. In fact, I think that might be one of the biggest reasons I come. Just like, what did they think of? Yeah.
It's pretty good. Alrighty, well, thank you so much for talking with me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks.
All right, well, guys, do it for me. If you get a chance, make sure you come and check out SALTCon. A lot of fun things going on, a lot of games, a lot of people. The biggest problem is finding a game to play. So I guess there's something I can play.